if I kept them, I could retire in my 20s.
You are looking at the future of investing. And I'm not talking about me, a Gen Xer who's slightly under the influence of NyQuil thanks to a cold today. I'm talking about the person, in the box next to me. Someone who is a millennial, or a millennial on the border of Millennial and Gen Z. This is important because not only will this generation inherit $68 trillion in wealth over the coming decades, it's a slow motion change, but it is a big slow motion change. This generation has been shown in studies to have meaningfully different preferences from Gen Xers, from baby boomers, and silent generation, or the World War II generation, which is a generation of my parents. So these guys are going to have a lot of money soon. They're already investing. I think they're about 2.5% of the U.S. stock market now, which is relatively small, but that's going to grow exponentially. It's going to change investing. It's going to change markets, and it might change some of your portfolio's future. So I have Shaoping Huang, a real-life millennial who is almost a Gen Z. Shaoping is an entrepreneur, and in full disclosure, Shaoping and I used to work together, so that's how I knew her. So if you are a millennial watching this, maybe this is all old news, but it's still interesting. If you don't have easy access to a millennial, and I don't mean to talk about you, Shaoping, like you're some lab experiment, this may be informative. Let's walk through a couple of the main differences, basically a stereotype check through Shaoping's lens and see where that goes. So Shaoping, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello, James. Hello, everyone. I used to be James analyst.
And a good analyst, a good media person. Shaoping does a lot of things very well. Shaoping, when I was a kid, trading a stock used to cost like several $100s. And then I remember when it went down to $50 a trade, that was a big deal. Now it's basically zero. We're living in a different world of technology. We're living in a different world of preferences, just awareness of certain social causes that has gone up exponentially compared to the old days. We're just a lot more sensitive to things. And I want to unpack those things. First, though, I want to start with a little lightning round just to kind of show who you are to the crowd. Buy, sell, or hold, or short answer, you'll see for each one. So first, buy, sell, or hold avocado toast. This is the food of millennials.
Sell.
Sell. Okay. When do you hope to retire? What age? Okay. Wow. That's pretty soon. When do you realistically hope to retire?
Seriously, 35.
Okay. It's ambitious. I like it. Whatever you're doing, I better start doing it. Buy, sell, or hold cryptocurrency.
Hold.
Buy, sell, or hold ESG.
Sell.
What are your annual return expectations for your portfolio? I'm guessing high if you want to retire by 35.
Yeah, high. Like, better like 100%, but like 30.
Okay, so it's very high. That's very high. Buy, sell, or hold robo-advisors.
Buy.
Okay. Buy, sell, or hold James Early's future video career.
Buy.
You had to think about that, but I appreciate the answer. All right, so let me start with some regular questions first, and I want to go to a surprising place. Shaoping, do you have any investing regrets? And if so, what are they?
Well, I did have some regrets, but it makes sense that I do it because like it was about Dogecoin.
Okay.
Because like I used to have them like for fun, and then like I feel like it's not gonna get me any money, so I just sell it. And then I like after like few months, it got like worldwide star. So like I if I kept them, I could retire in my 20s.
Well, so you could have had 35, even before 35. So you had Dogecoin before Dogecoin was cool, it sounds
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
And then because you bought it as a joke, which everybody did, right? Then
Mhm.
you just figured, what the hell, I'm going to bail out. And then it became an even bigger joke, and you would have made a lot of money, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a regret in hindsight, but I would say don't beat yourself up over that because that could have just as easily tanked like many of the cryptocurrencies have done. And the world is still trying to figure out what's the actual value proposition, right, of a crypto. I mean, Dogecoin is the perfect example. It's crypto in a nutshell in the sense that it goes up because of what's called the greater fool theory, right? I know I'm maybe a fool to buy this investment at this price, but I'm hoping an even greater fool, a bigger fool, someone more silly than me is going to come and buy it above me. So that works as long as everyone's playing the game. But when they stop, things crash. If there's not like a sustainable actual value added to society, which for Dogecoin there certainly wasn't. So anyway, I don't mean to hijack your point, but just my ramble. If you look at the bond ratings agencies, the ratings of bonds are very consistent regardless of which ratings agency is doing it, right? The bad companies have low rated bonds, the good companies have highly rated bonds across, Moody's, Fitch, S&P. If you look at ESG ratings and ESG ratings agencies, they're all over the place. There's very little consistency, right? Like Tesla got in 2020, who got kicked out of the S&P ESG index, whereas like ExxonMobil remained. And it's just very hard to say what's ESG or not. ESG was super. I still love the idea of trying to help the world through our portfolios, but the older I get, I think the more specific and niche that needs to be. It's hard to say for everybody what's right, and I think the government needs to play a bigger role rather than the market. It's just maybe just not the function of a market to do that. I mean, I won't invest in tobacco. I won't invest in marijuana stocks. I'll invest in alcohol stocks. Maybe someone else sees it differently. Your SG may be different from mine. So anyway, hijacked your point again. Speaking of stocks, you have a finance background. You're not a stock day-to-day trading maniac, which I think makes you more relatable to a lot of the audience. How do you decide what stocks to buy?
Well, first I need to trust this company because if I want to spend money on it, I need to know what it is and know what it does. So the first thing is that I need to trust this company, and then just watch more news, just and then some professional website, and then grabbing all this information can let me have my own judgment.
Do you watch any financial influencers? And I say that because Gen Z, and I know you're a little bit older than Gen Z, but Gen Z is 5 times more likely to get their investment advice from an influencer than from, I believe, Gen X. And in fact, they're more likely to trust an influencer than Warren Buffett. What's your use or not use of influencers?
Well, I don't watch that much of influencers because I already have enough source of information that is trustworthy. So and plus my own judgment, I don't like watch that much of influencer.
Got it. Not a
But
big fan.
there are many friends of mine. They do, and they follow them like superstars. But most of them lose their money.
Got it. I was going to ask if that worked for them, and it sounds like the answer is no. Um, Interesting. Okay. Investing is always fun when you can make quick money, but it's when you can't, it's not. And I read that was it 21%? I think 21% of millennials and Gen Zs have closed a brokerage account in the past 12 months. This is from CNBC, at least as of last September. Do you know anybody who's gotten out of the market?
Everybody's quick to buy.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So easy come, easy go. Basically, they were just there when the party was happening, and once the quick money is not on the table anymore, then they leave. Okay.
They got scared because
Yeah.
they lose so much money. They earn the money themselves. That's why they
Mhm.
feel bad.
Yeah, I mean, some studies have shown that Gen Z and millennial that they're more conservative than older investors, and I think part of it could be because they grew up. I mean, mostly they grew up in a bull market, which probably made them more apt, more likely to invest during 2000, 2001, like kind of the post initial COVID boom, right? When stocks went up, when there's easy money, stimulus checks. And so they really participated in that wave up, but now they've gotten burned, and that's their first really big money losing experience. And I think they're a little bit spooked, and a lot of them are still sitting on the sidelines. Shaoping, last question. What is your biggest fear in investing? What do you worry about when you invest? I mean, obviously losing money, but can you be a little more specific?
Sometimes I know it's not right. Like you will regret that. Oh, why didn't I just buy this stock at this price? Why did I don't do that? I shouldn't think in that way. Yeah, because stock market is like this. Still, to invest in stock market, I think you need to have professional knowledge, or at least your information source is from some professional people.
My professional advice is if you want to retire pretty soon, push the private market side of your business. Grow a private enterprise, maybe sell it, stay on as some partial owner, keeping dividends from that. If a bigger company can move that business along, that's probably going to be your fastest bet. I am not sure what the stock market is going to do over the next 5, 10, 15 years. We've just had a 12-year bull run, 12, 13-year bull run, given some of that up. But I guess my point is it might be hard to retire at 35 with just stocks alone. Okay. And I think that, but my fingers are crossed, and I'm certainly happy to patronize your business in some way when I'm next in your area. Shaoping Wang, thank you very much. You've been generous with your time. Appreciate you joining us here. And what about you watching at home? Are you a millennial? Are you a Gen Z investor? What do you think about this? What do you think about the trends millennials and Gen Zs are going to have on the market? Do you think they're going to succeed? Do you think they're going to meet their expectations? Are their expectations realistic or not? What's your view? Leave us a comment or send an email. We'd love to hear from you. So thanks again, Shaoping, and thanks to you guys for watching us at home.
Thank you.